Good evening, friends. It is Ann coming to you on a Friday evening. I normally don't go live on Friday, so surprise! Here I am. Excuse me. I had to post. I was going to try to come live this morning, but that didn't pan out. And then we had our phone interview or video interview for the caregiver thing, and it took over 2 hours, about 2.5 hours. So that's why I'm so late this evening, and I apologize because I was trying to come on at 4:30, but that wasn't in the cards. But I am glad you guys are here. I'm glad I'm able to be here. Hello, Sherry, to share. And we are going to be using the soon to be coming out stencil out of the Valentine Collection. If I say spring, forgive me. I mean Valentine. To me, they're more spring than Valentine. They will be able to purchase on the 16th, both on the site and in the app. And we are going to use this sign. It is called Love Makes a House and a Home. And we used that on the Live Edge board yesterday. And this is just a surface I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It has a hanger. You can hang it both vertical or horizontal. I love it. It is easy. It is already fixed. It's got the farmhouse style look to it already. But my stencil does not fit in it. It is too big. So I need to cut it. And what I've done, let me show you. I want my word to be up a little bit so that I can move Makes the House and Home down a little bit. So I laid it all the way to the edge down here, and then I made a little mark to where the inside of the frame is on either side, and that's going to be my guideline to cut this, to make it fit in there. And this is just a cotton mat I used to quilt. Not very well, but I dabbled in it. And so I am just going to lay this down on here. Line it up. I've got my mark on the 4 right here, so I know this is where my cut line will be. And I forgot to get my long ruler. Bear with me just a second while I grab my ruler. And I'm just going to use a regular rotary cutter. Make sure this is all lined up correctly. And I'm going to stand up for this, and that way I can put some pressure on it. My ground underneath is a little bit uneven, and that's why I don't get a clear cut. And it is a possibility that my blade is a little bit dull. So a good blade is always recommended. And then I'll just go down for the rest. And my light is playing tricks on me again. And one of the reasons why I do it this way, I will get a clean, crisp line that way. And it will be straight. I normally leave at least one straight line. And see, it has not been compromised. You can see right there where I had to stop and start. It is not that detrimental. And see, now I can double check. That's where I need to cut it. Oh, my cut mark left me. Well, darn. This is supposed to be like a permanent marker. I just remark it. And I'll do the same thing. I'll line it up with my straight line here because I know that's a straight line. I'll move it over to where my mark is on the 4. Both marks are on the 4. And if you want to tape this down so it will not move on you, that might be a good decision to make. Because this ruler sticks to it pretty good. And it does move it a little bit. I can see I am, no, I'm not off. It just looked like I was off, but I'm not. Be careful that you don't cut yourself. Lining it back up. About one spot that didn't want to release. Make sure, safety, close your cutter back up from your rotary cutter so you won't hurt yourself. Now we can put this out of the way. Make sure you got your piece laying the right way. Don't do like me and put it upside down. And I know it is still too long, but that is okay. Now I can put it in here and I can get this part down up to the heart. And I can just push it down right there and then I'll move that over. So we are good. We got this in. We're just going to have to, it's not flush, so we're just going to have to hold it and push it a little bit. I am going to use my brush from yesterday. I have not cleaned it. I can only see Sherry saying hello, so I am not sure who all is on, because I don't see any comments other than that one. We're going to load our brush. And I had mine wrapped up in a Clorox wipe overnight. It is dry. We want a dry brush. And I'm just holding on so I will not get bleed under here. And again, I am not doing this yet, so if you're afraid you're gonna swirl too far down, tape over it. I'm just holding everything to make sure that it lays down for me. You can also turn your project. I am a project turner to make sure that I'll get good adhesion. And we don't even need to go all the way to the end. We can just leave it right there. And now we're going to do the bottom part. Make sure you don't have no paint on the other side. And there was a little bit right there. Take this back off. And now I'm gonna now we're gonna have to figure out something because I thought it would fit. Well, let's figure this out. Makes, and I can drop it. Let's just put this in first. I am just holding it in right here. With my hands. That was my mistake for not, I was pretty sure that it would fit. Let's see what we got. We can put makes a house a home. I like it better this way. I can see through my stencil where my other letters are at. I'm going to have to reload my brush a little bit. Reposition my fingers. I'm going to take that off. Shifted on me and I'm trying to move it back to where it needs to be. Should we make the A at an angle or make it straight? Make it straight like that or keep it at an angle? Put the A straight up or at an angle? Hey, Miss Bonnie. Hey, Kimberly. If you didn't join from the get-go, I showed how to cut the stencil, so you guys hop on back to the replay and see how we done that. Now my question is, should we keep the A in the same direction as makes, or should we do it straight like house is above the H? At an angle or straight? Angle. All right. Again, double check and make sure that there's nothing there. I am gonna reload just a little bit. I don't need much. All I got is my A. And see, not only have we cut the stencil, we also changed the direction of the stencil because I did not anticipate the length. Now I have one more question. I think we should fill that A in with that same color we used yesterday, the deep burgundy. And instead of making the outline red, just fill it in. But first I'm gonna wipe my hands because I've got too much paint on my hands. Ooh, angle undermakes. Darn. Sorry, guys. But if you get this surface from Hobby Lobby and do it, then put your A right there. That would have been a good position for it as well. Sorry, I gotta get my paint over my fingers before I put paint on everything else. I think I am going to fill that in red. What do you guys think? But before I do that, I am going to fill in my bridges real quick. Grab a little bit more paint. It's so easy to fill in the bridges and make it look nice. But we need the bridges in the stencil so that we can stencil. If you're interested in this collection, it is the Valentine's Collection, which to me, there's things in there that you can use for other things than Valentine's. It will be available on the 16th. They have a bundle that is 20% off. And you can always use an ambassador code. Mine is WK21. And I would love it if you would use that. I would appreciate you even more than what I appreciate you coming on here and hanging out with me. That wasn't right. That's not right what I meant. I meant to say that I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll just leave it at that. My words sometimes don't corroborate with my brain. I hope you guys knew what I meant. I love you either way. But after that 2.5 hour video assessment, my brain is mush. Nothing is corroborating. So if things came out wrong, please don't hold them against me. Give me grace. Please, 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 give me some grace. All right. Right here. I will check here in just a minute to see what you said about the heart, whether to fill it in or not. I just think this is a really pretty sign to give to a new couple. To hang in the kitchen, because to me the kitchen is the heart of the home. Or it can hang over the fireplace, but most people put the TV there. So you might be able to lean it on the fireplace. I am going to finish this out back here a little bit. That looks good to me. Sure I got everything. Yes, I am worn out. my my brain ain't working no more. Oh, they asked all kinds of questions. Oof. It was a long interview. Now we can pray. This is the second time we've been through this, so I pray that the Lord will see fit, that they will acknowledge me as a caregiver, and that I can get compensation for that. Because there would be no way that I could work a job out of the house. He has to be supervised. I feel like it's like a child that you have to supervise. I think that was the right choice to filling that in. Sorry if I'm tilting my head. It's hard to see with that ring light reflecting. I'm going to have to take that in my hand for just a moment. Sorry if you're not able to see well. Like I said, I'm a project turner. I've got to have it just right. I am going to blow dry it here in just a second. That way I will not keep moving the paint around. Because if you don't have it dry, you have the tendency to just move the paint. So let me dry it, and I might add another little bit of paint on there. Whoa. There you are. I lost you for a second. we have that. I think that turned out really pretty. I've got a little bit of bleed right there. I will fix that. But see how easy that was to adjust your stencil to your board. And now you have a really pretty farmhouse sign, and it already has the hangers on here. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of the red into the frame, or do a little bit of the black. Would you leave it the way it is, or would you add a little bit of the black into the frame? Now, we still got half an hour. Let's do another project real quick. A heart from Craft Deals. See if we can knock this out real quick. Sand this real quick. Should have had that part done already. And I'm just going to do one side. I will paint the other side later. I'm just going to use a 1-inch brush. I am going to use almandine. Didn't know you were going to get a twofer tonight, did you? That color is almost the color of the board. Add a little fuzzy wuzzy. So out of that new collection, I know you all have peeked already. What is your favorite? One of my favorites is the Love Is script. I think that is an amazing stencil. It'd be really pretty for backgrounds. I absolutely love the transfers. They are gorgeous. See, what other ones do I like out of that one? I like the two I used yesterday. And I did put the link in the description. So you can just click on the link and get right to it. Looks like it has a little bit of a rough spot on that side, so I just added a little bit of water to my brush to make this flow a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more paint right here to see if that'll help. That little rough spot, make sure I've got paint on it. Oh yeah, it's covered. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just something that needed to be covered. But we are good. It's just a little rough patch of wood. Oh, don't you just love it when you have a little hair on here and you just can't get it off? I literally had to brush it all the way down. Pink roses, I love those. Yeah, this one is some craft deals. I'll measure it here in just a second. I absolutely love these. Just the color on here. And if you guys seen Tammy do the roses on Essential Stencil page, they were gorgeous. She's always doing such a fantastic job with her adding those hand painting to anything that she creates. I just love it. This board is really, really rough. So I am going to take my 120 sandpaper and go over to this side. And I probably should have used this side. This probably was the smoother side, but I wanted the higher side of the heart to lay a certain way. That's why I laid it this way. And we are good. We are going to take our script. I know it's out of Corinthians, but I cannot. Love is patient. I cannot remember the verse. And I probably should have looked it up. And we will not be able to read everything on here. But that is okay. I'm going to scoot it up a little bit. That way I won't keep bumping it with my... I'm going to use the champagne gold. Hey, sweet friend, Red, White, and Craft. I love it. Love your name. If you are new to my page, I would love it if you would follow. This is what we've created so far, and I showed you how to cut your stencil to make it fit your project. I am just going to take one of my bigger brushes that I normally don't use. I am more of a small brush type of person. We'll load our brush. That's still too wet. I'm going to take a paper towel, a napkin, brown paper, and just offload a little bit. And I am just going over this. Hopefully I offloaded enough that it is not bleeding. And the metallic colors, I mainly use Decor art, are a little bit thinner than your regular, so sometimes you have to do more than one coat. I am just going to leave it the way it is. I am not going to add another coat to it. Make sure I got everything. Yep, right there is a word that didn't come through, but I am not going to lay it back on there. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I have to wait till the camera catches up to see if you can see it on here. Oh yeah, you can see it. Good. I didn't know if you could or couldn't. Now we have to make sure that it is really, really dry, because we are gonna take this cute little guy and add it to here. And don't forget to watch Miss Tammy tonight. No, tonight is Friday. Miss Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasure. She is on tonight on the Essential Stencil page. I always like to give a shout out. And I am adding the rose at an angle. In order for your transfers to adhere, you have to make sure that your surface is dry, free of oils and waxes, even oils from your hand. If you're new to transfers, you peel the two pieces apart. That's your backup sheet. It has a shiny side and a dull side. If you ever need to lay it back down, make sure you put it on the shiny side. Leave enough room where you could touch it on the clear parts. That way you can hold it. If you touch this, it will come off on your hand. And if you lay it down, 99% of the time it is not repositionable. So just hold it in place on where you think you want it. Hover over it. And you look like, yeah, I think I like this. I think that looks good right there. And then lay one corner down and push it down gently, and you can adhere it that way. Make sure you get your transfer tool. This is from the breast cancer sale when they were doing the breast cancer awareness month in October, and this is the regular one. Both tools are the same, just a different color. And since we are doing Valentine and we've got a pink rose, I'm going to use my pink tool. I really love this tool. I hope they come out with a bigger one, like a longer one. This tool is amazing. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, that script stencil is just awesome. I love it. And then you just rub it in, or a lot of people call this burnishing. I start from one side, and then you're going to see me. I will go around and go from different angles. If it is really small, I'll go from top to bottom, or bottom to top, or side to side. But most of the time, I will go around and do the other side. And if you can't get it up, take a piece of tape, tape, and lift it up. And the little stems, little antennas on butterflies, legs on bees, those things, or little twigs, little hairs, like eyelashes. Just pay good attention to those, that you will get those down. Like these roses, the end of the leaves have like little, I call them pricklies sticking out. Just make sure you get those so that you don't miss a little thing. I always say we don't want to amputate anybody. We don't lose no limbs, no leaves. We don't want to amputate our little flower here. That little guy needs everything. And to hang it, you can put 2 holes in here, put a pink ribbon through, and you can hang it. You can adhere a hanger on the back. I will probably put 2 holes in here and put a pink ribbon on it. When you've done a good job, there is no more transfer on your carrier sheet. And then you can take your paper and go over it and burnish it in a little bit more, or you could take your finger. You can leave it just like that. It is gorgeous just the way it is. or you can use the Love is Patient, Love is Kind. That is the script out of the pack that is called Love Sayings. There's 6 of them in here. And use this to lay over top. And let's see. I think I want it down a little bit. What you guys think? Need your input. Do we want it down like this so that the bottom gets filled in a little bit, or do we want it to the top like that? Top or bottom? Towards the top or towards the bottom? And I am going to use, instead of black, I am going to use raw umber. Thank you. Yes, that is going to sell out fast. So if you want it, set your alarm clocks for the 16th. It launches at, it didn't tell me the time. Well now, it's on the site and the mobile, but it doesn't tell me the time. And the bundle expires on the 22nd at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget my code WK21. All right, top or bottom? I haven't seen what you guys said yet. Okay, I am not seeing anything, so I think I'm just gonna, I could turn it. Okay, top, bottom, or tilt it this way. All right, we got 12 minutes. What you guys think? Top, lower it down towards the bottom, up towards the top, or tilt it? I just wish this lag wouldn't be in here. Such a long lag. I am going to use one of my bigger dome brushes. All right, I don't see any comments. The same with the dome brushes. When we load these, we offload them just as well. All right, I don't see no comments, so I am going to angle it. Bottom, bottom. Oh, we got 2 bottoms. Okay, I was getting ready to angle it. Woo. And we could have used pink, but I didn't want to use pink. And I will have to go over this one more time because I don't want it, I don't want to put too much on here at first because I want to make sure that it doesn't bleed through. And I am just very lightly dancing my brush across. And I am probably going to stipple where it goes over the stencil. Over the transfer. I'll spit it out here in a moment. And you should tape it. That way it will not move on you, and I didn't. little stipple. And I might come over with that champagne gold over top. I think that might look pretty. I am gonna dry it here in just a moment. Doing another coat. I'm tapping right here where the transfer is. That looks good to me. I'm going to do the P right here a little bit more. I think that looks good. What you guys think? Well, my brush is really dry. I must have offloaded it really well. If we have too much on there, I could just wipe it off. You can use a Q-tip and wet it a little bit and then take off what is too much on the edge. I just like it framed out. To me, it is closed in. I don't like looking like it's floating. And to me, edging it out makes it look like it is closed in. Go over just a little bit on the edges right here. It also makes it look aged and like it's been around for a while. So it has a story to tell. I can only imagine the story that it will tell. You might not see some of these streaks, but it helps to just age it out a little bit. What you think? Like I said, and I put 2 holes in here and put a little pink ribbon on there. I think that turned out really pretty. Just imagine giving someone a bouquet of flowers or a potted plant and sit that in there, and you can even put a stake on it and put it in a plant, like if you have a big plant. So there's a lot of different things you can do with that. If you have any ideas, share them. Let us know. And here's our other project that we done. And 2 completely different projects with the same love theme that you can just share your love with someone. Which one is your favorite? Thank you. I love the script behind it. I just think that is just so pretty. All right, ladies, that's all I had this evening. Let me pull someone's name to put in the Happy Mail. Miss Bonnie is going in the Happy Mail bucket. We will draw at the end of December. $12 already. How can it be? Yes, you can use it as a card. Absolutely. Write your message on the back. That's what I always say, Kimberly. You are reading my heart. You can either simply do to and from, or you can literally write a note, or you can write a letter, like a little small letter, and decoupage it on the back. And, I mean, how awesome would that be? Miss Bonnie going in the Happy Mail bucket. Like I said, there are so many things you can do, and you can hang it in your window. Like I said, you can put it in a potted plant. There's lots of things we can do. You ladies have a blessed evening. We have Soap-Filled Saturday tomorrow at 10:30. And other than that, you guys have a blessed weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And enjoy your weekend. Stay warm. It's going to get cool or cold around here. We are going to be in some very cold temperatures with the wind chill. So we will be staying warm. And I am going to turn you off. So sorry for the reach. You guys be blessed. And don't forget Melissa at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the Essential Stencil page. See you all later.